Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Small Business Management at Ozarka College. Today what I thought I'd do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the Chapter 16 and 17 activities that I finished grading yesterday, as well as the semester projects that I finished grading this morning. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for our last set of chapter activities for chapters 18 and 19. And then I'm also going to briefly mention the final exam. Okay? All right. So the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapter 16 and 17 activities yesterday. You haven't already done so, go ahead and go into Ozarka and look at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments. And just let me know if you have any questions about any of that. Most of you did well on those chapter 16 and 17 activities. And like I always tell you, I really appreciate the time and effort that most of you are putting into the class. So keep up the good work on that. And like I said, I also finished grading the semester projects this morning. Of course, those semester projects take quite a bit longer to grade than most of the other activities that we've done this semester, just because of the size of the paper itself and the complexity of it. But like I said, I did finish grading those this morning. Most of you did well. There were a few of you that didn't follow the instructions for some reason, and some of you didn't, a couple of you didn't use the template that I provided for the business plan. You did your own business plan sections and template. And so just always make sure that you carefully follow the instructions for any projects or activities that you do. Not just for this class, but any class. Always make sure that you're following the instructions. If you don't understand something in the instructions, if it's not real clear to you, that's where I come in. You should ask the instructor, if you don't understand completely what to do. Okay? So I did have to count some points off for some of those things. Some of you omitted some important parts of the project that needed to be included, so I had to count some points off there. But like I said, overall, most of you did well. It was obvious that most of you put the time and effort in, put the hard work in that was necessary to do well on the project. So as you're reading through, you're looking at your grade for the project and reading the corresponding grading comments, and I was pretty detailed on those comments, and I tried to be very specific on what I was looking for and why I had to count points off. But if you do have questions about any of that, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Okay? All right, so that brings us to what we've got coming up due next. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on week 15, kind of towards the middle of that week. And we just had work due Sunday. All right? And our next set of activities is due May 2nd. Actually, it'll be our last set of chapter activities for this semester. All right, so chapters 18 and 19 activities are due by May 2nd, which is Thursday of next week. All right, and chapter 18, by the way, covers location, facilities, and layout for a small business, which is extremely important. And so you'll learn about all the various aspects of location and layout and so forth for your small business. And then chapter 19 deals with something else that's extremely important in small business, or really any business, which is the human resources component and the management component for a small business, and all the laws and regulations and procedures that need to be followed to make sure that you're adhering to the law when you're dealing with human resources. Things like hiring and firing and advancement, all those various things. All right? And So that's chapter 19. So be working on those activities. Even though they're not due till next week, I would go ahead and start working on them this week so that you don't run into a time crunch next week when you have other things going on in some of your other classes where you're having to finish up papers and so forth. So go ahead and start working on those activities as soon as you can. Give yourself plenty of time. And if you have questions as you're working on those activities, just let me know. Like always, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. All right? And then the only other thing that we'll have this semester will be the final exam during the last week of the semester, which is week 17. So that final exam will cover all the chapters that we have covered this semester, which is chapters 1 through 19. And it will be available Monday through Wednesday of final exam week, which is May 6th through the 8th. Okay? So just in a couple of weeks, you'll have that final exam. So to study for that, you need to go back and study the concepts that were presented on your previous chapter test and midterm exam. All those should be open. All the ones that you've taken up to this point should be open for review. So go back and study those concepts. Anything that you missed on the chapter test originally or on the midterm, go back and study those concepts. Make sure that you understand it well enough to answer those types of questions on the final exam. All right? And just let me know if you have any questions as you're doing that. And be looking later in the week for an email from me and also an announcement that I'll post on the main page in Miles Arca for this course, because I will send you some information, more specific information about the final exam. For example, I'll include how much time you'll have, how many questions there will be, things like that. Okay, so be looking for that later this week. And the only other thing I want to say today is I've really enjoyed teaching this class this semester. It's been really great having each of you in class, and I really look forward to finishing up this semester, and hopefully I may see some of you in the fall or maybe this summer in other courses. But I really have enjoyed this class. We've had some really good discussions on the discussion board, and hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. So I don't really have anything else for you today, so enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and I will probably talk to you again sometime late next week. All right? Thank you.